Hi, I'm Sandra. In this video tutorial, I'm gonna teach you how to crochet Haroldine bag. We will be crocheting with two skeins of t-shirt yarn at the same time. Mine is made in Poland, it's 100% combed cotton. Each skein is 100 to 110 meters long and it weighs around 380 grams. The brand is called Pimotki. I'm gonna use a custom-made tag to decorate my Haroldine bag. Two carabiners with big enough eyelets so you can insert a 6.5 millimeters crochet hook. A pair of scissors. If you plan on using a decorative tag, you'll definitely need a thread to sew it on. I want my stitches to be fancy, so I'm using two colors that matches the bag. You'll need a knitting marker, a plastic/tapestry needle, a 6.5 millimeters hook, and a measuring tape. We are working from the outside of both skeins. First, we need to tie a slip knot. I'm wrapping both strands around my pointing finger and I'm pinching both yarn tails with my thumb and middle finger. Place the hook under both strands, rotate it, and grab the working yarn. Pull it through the loop that you have on your hook and tighten it. Now that we have tied a slip knot, we want to chain 10. So please crochet 10 chain stitches. I'm gonna speed up the video a bit. If you find crocheting with 6.5 millimeters hook too hard, you can switch to 7, maybe even 8 millimeters hook. But keep in mind that your bag will probably have different dimensions than the one showed in the video. Double check if you have 10 chain stitches. Here's my first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, everything checks out. Let's move on to the first row. I want you to insert the hook into the second stitch from the hook under the upper strand of the chain stitch. The first row is a row of single crochets. We make one single crochet into each stitch all the way around. The only exception will be the corner stitch. We want to make 3 single crochets into the corner stitch. Why am I saying in singular here? We have 2 corners, right? Indeed! But in the other corner stitch, we will be making 2 single crochets instead of 3, okay? I want you to continue all the way across until you reach the corner stitch here. I will show you then where to insert the hook in order to make 3 single crochets. So again, 1 single crochet into each chain stitch under the upper strand and continue all the way across. We will meet then. I'm gonna speed up the video a bit. Okay, let's stretch our work a bit and now we want to make 3 single crochets into the corner stitch. At this point you should have 8 single crochets. Okay, so I want you to insert the hook under the upper strand here. So it's the same space where we were inserting the hook before. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through, tighten the single crochet and make 2 more single crochets into the exact same space. This was the second one, tighten it, and 1 more. tighten your single crochet. Okay, so we have 3 single crochets in our corner stitch. Now we will be making 1 single crochet into each stitch on this side, and we want to continue all the way across until we reach the corner stitch here, okay? I want you to insert the hook into the same space into which we were making each single crochet on the other side, okay? So in this case, we're not going under the upper strand here. No, we want to go into this space in the middle, okay? Yarn over and pull through. This is how it looks on the wrong side. Yarn over, pull through and tighten your single crochet. Please continue all the way across and we will meet to make 2 single crochets into the corner stitch. I'm gonna speed up the video a bit. That was our last side single crochet. Now, if your corner is rolling up the same way as mine is, you have to stretch it a bit and you have to give it a shape. This happens when we crochet really tight stitches and also because we are using a 6.5mm hook. So we can either work with a less tension in your hand and there shouldn't be any issue here, or you can just take care of it manually, okay? Now let's count our stitches. This single crochet is one of 3 single crochets in this corner. We start counting side stitches from this one here, and we should have 7 single crochets on this side. And here we have 3 corner stitches, and we need to have 7 single crochets on this side as well. So everything checks out. Now I want you to make 2 single crochets into this corner stitch here. Let me point this space with a plastic needle for you. So we will be inserting our hook into this space here, okay? This is how it looks on the wrong side. So insert the hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, tighten your stitch, and make 1 more single crochet into the same space. Tighten your single crochet, and this was our first round / row of single crochet. We will be working continuously in the round, so there is no joining stitch. From now on, I want you to place 1 single crochet into each stitch. What is important here is to mark the last stitch in each round / row. I want you to grab your stitch marker and place it into the last single crochet. We will be taking this marker out after finishing each round / row of single crochet, and then we will be placing it into the last stitch of each round / row. Let's move on to the second round of single crochet. I want you to place the hook into the upper strand of this stitch and single crochet. So do not insert the hook under these 2 strands. You want to place it only into the upper strand, okay? Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, and tighten it. I want you to continue placing 1 single crochet into each upper strand all the way around until you reach the last stitch, the marked one. I'm gonna speed up the video and we will meet then. We are at the end of this round. One last single crochet to make. Tighten it. Take out the stitch marker and place it into the last stitch. So far your work should look as follows. We will continue placing one single crochet into each stitch all the way around. Just remember that you want to insert the hook under the upper strand of each stitch and then single crochet. I'm gonna speed up the video and we will meet at the end of this round. That was our last single crochet in the third round / row. Take out the stitch marker and place it into the last stitch in this round. Stretch your work a bit and give it a shape. Now we will be taking care of our yarn tail. We want to hide it along the first row of single crochet. So thread the tapestry needle with both yarn tails. Turn your soon-to-be pouch inside out. And I want you to weave in your yarn tails underneath these side single crochets. So you will be placing the needle under legs of single crochets. Okay? I'm gonna speed up the video a bit. It is well secured this way. Now cut off the rest of the yarn and turn the work right side out. I'm gonna give my pouch a shape by stretching it here and there. So far we have 3 rounds of single crochet and we need our pouch to have 11 rounds of single crochet. Let me show you how to count them. This is the first round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? What I want you to do now is to crochet 8 more rows of single crochet on your own. Just remember to take out the stitch marker after you finish each round and always place it in the last single crochet in each finished round, okay? So altogether you need to have 11 rows of single crochet. And then we will meet to finish our pouch together. I have just finished the 11th row. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's check the other side as well. This is the first row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Let's move on to the last round slash row, and the last row is a row of slip stitches. So we will be placing a slip stitch into each stitch all the way around. We want to insert the hook under the upper strand, okay? So let's make our first slip stitch. Insert the hook under the upper strand, yarn over and pull through, and pull it through the loop that you have on your hook. And again, hook into the upper strand, yarn over, pull through, and pull it through the loop. So please continue on your own. I'm gonna speed up the video a bit. 2 more things. The first one, do not place a slip stitch into the last stitch, the marked one. And the second one is to make sure that your stitches are not too tight, okay? So see you in a bit. We are almost done. There is one last thing to do here. We have to make the last stitch, and in order to do so, cut off the rest of the working yarn, leaving a longer end. Now pull the yarn all the way through. You can stretch your pouch a bit. And thread the tapestry needle with both yarn tails. Remove the stitch marker, we don't need it anymore. I want you to place the needle under this stitch in order to make a V-shaped stitch, okay? Pull the yarn through. Arrange both threads. We want our stitch to look aesthetic. You can tighten it a bit. Now insert the needle into the stitch from which the yarn tail comes out. Pull the yarn through, tighten it a bit. We want the size of this V-shaped stitch to be similar to the size of the other stitches, okay? I'm gonna hide the underneath stitch by pushing it under the stitch I have just made, because it doesn't look so neat when it's visible. Now we want to hide our yarn tail on the wrong side, so insert the needle into this space here and pull the yarn all the way through. Now we want to weave in the yarn tail so it's not visible and in order to secure our work. First, I'm gonna insert the needle under these two strands. I'm pulling the yarn through and I'm tightening it. And now I will be going under a few of these single crochets to hide the yarn tail. Okay, it is secured enough. Now cut off the rest of the yarn. And stretch your pouch here and there in order to give it a shape, okay? let me give you the measurements. My bag is around 13 centimeters wide and around 18.5 centimeters long / high. Let's crochet a strap for our Haroldine bag. Okay, so grab a carabiner. I decided that I want my strap to be made of 2 strands as well, so it matches the bag. So insert the hook into the eyelet of the carabiner. Put the yarn on the hook and pull it through the eyelet. Now cross the yarn tail with the working yarn like this. And holding it this way, yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop that you have on your hook. And tighten it. Now this stitch, it doesn't actually count as a stitch, okay? Now I want you to place 2 single crochets into the eyelet. So this is the first single crochet. Tighten it. And place 1 more single crochet into the eyelet of the carabiner. And tighten it. We have 2 single crochets. Remember, this one here doesn't count as a stitch. Let's move on to the second row. So chain 1, turn the work, place the hook into the first stitch from the hook and single crochet. And now make another single crochet into the next stitch here. Let's move on to the third row, and we're gonna have a minor change here. First chain 1, turn the work, and now insert the hook into the second stitch from the hook, okay? So into this one here, not this one. This one here, and single crochet. Tighten your stitch a bit. And now we want to insert the hook into this space here. So this is basically the middle of a chain stitch, okay? I'm gonna try to show it to you in the best way possible. So this is where my hook comes out on the other side. So I want to insert the hook into this space and single crochet. Tighten your stitch a bit. Now chain 1, turn the work, place the hook into the second stitch from the hook and single crochet. And we want to insert the hook into this space here. So it's the same place as in the previous row. And single crochet. Tighten the stitch. And I want you to continue working this way, so you have 2 single crochets in each row, right? I'm not gonna give you the exact amount of rows, but I'm gonna give you the length of the crochet part of the strap in a minute, okay? Obviously, you can crochet a desired length of the strap. It's totally up to you. Okay, so the crochet part of my strap is around 98 centimeters. So I want you to continue crocheting the strap on your own, and we are gonna meet when you reach the desired length of the crochet part, okay? Mine's probably gonna be around 98 centimeters. And then I'm gonna show you how to attach the crochet strap to the other carabiner, and we will weave in both yarn tails together as well. So see you in a bit. Okay, I have just finished, and my strap is around 98 centimeters. Let's attach the other carabiner. We want to leave a longer yarn tail. Pull the yarn all the way through and thread the needle with the yarn tail. Now, holding the carabiner on this side of the strap, insert the needle into the eyelet and into the single crochet under these two threads. Okay? Pull the yarn through and tighten it. We want to repeat it, so insert the needle into the eyelet and into the same stitch and pull the yarn through. And tighten it. You really have to make a tight seam. Let's call it a joining seam, okay? Now insert the needle into the eyelet and into the next stitch. Pull the yarn through and tighten it. Now repeat it, so once again, needle into the eyelet and into the same stitch. Pull the yarn through and tighten it. And now we want to insert the needle into the eyelet and into this place where we were making a single crochet in each row, okay? Pull the yarn through and tighten it. And once again, needle into the eyelet and into the same place. As you can see, I'm pulling the yarn tail really hard because I want the joining seam to be really tight, okay? So insert the needle and pull the yarn through and tighten it. There is one last thing for us to do here. We have to weave in the yarn tail. So I want to go with my yarn tail to the other edge of the strap, okay? Because I want to take care of this thing here. So I'm gonna go under these two strands, pull the yarn through. Now under these two strands, pull the yarn through. Now here under these two, might be a little tricky because our stitches are tight. Now under these two, pull the yarn through, tighten it, and now I want you to insert the needle into these side threads, okay? You might have to wiggle it a little bit if your stitches are as tight as mine. Pull the yarn through and tighten it. So I'm straightening my yarn tail right now and I'm pulling it down. Now insert the needle under these two strands. And you need to be very careful here because you don't want to damage the t-shirt yarn, okay? So pull the yarn through. And tighten it. And I'm gonna hide this yarn tail under a few rows of single crochets because I want it to be well secured. So I'm gonna speed up the video, but I'm not cutting it, so if you need to, you can always slow it down in settings. I couldn't decide if this weaving in the yarn tail part is helpful for you, so I decided to leave it. Maybe you would like to see how the whole process is done, not only to hear that you have to weave in the yarn tail, right? So if it actually is helpful, then I'm really glad. I cut off the rest of the yarn and I stretch my strap a bit to hide the yarn tail completely. And I'm gonna hide the other yarn tail in a similar way, so please do the same thing with yours. I'm gonna speed up the video, but I'm not cutting it, so if you need to, you can watch the whole process of weaving in the other yarn tail. And remember, you can always slow the video down in settings. Cut off the rest of the yarn and stretch the strap a bit. I'm gonna check the length of my strap. So in total, including carabiners, it is around 110 centimeters. If you're using a decorative or a name tag, it is a perfect time to sew it on right now. When I sew on tags or when I sew in the inner lining, I like to use an upholstery needle. I really like how these tiny X's look, so I'm gonna sew it on using a cross stitch. You can use whatever stitch you like to sew it on. I'm just showing you my idea here, okay? Okay, so I have sewn on my decorative Treat People with Kindness tag, and this is how it looks. So there is one last thing to do. Let's attach the strap to the pouch. And I'm gonna simply place each carabiner on the opposite side of the pouch. So this one goes in here. and this one on the other side here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video tutorial on Haroldine bag. I would be more than happy to get a feedback from you and see you in the next video. Bye!